Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. And welcome to a brand new day. Hope you're doing great. I have got my Puka Love Tea this morning. It's my chamomile, rose, and lavender tea. I choose Puka Love Tea on days when I just feel extra specially grateful for you. And I really mean this from my heart. I love doing these videos so that we can connect with each other and that I can just tell you again how important you are to me. And I hope that you do feel the same. I hope that you share 60 and Me with your friends, women who are in their 50s and 60s and older. We're here for you, and I love this opportunity to be able to talk about things that are, that are shaping your life right now in your 60s. It's really important. And I'm there with you, so we are all on this journey together. And today I wanted to share with you some thoughts about this time of your life and how you can, really discover the path to the next stage. I interviewed Dr. Bill Thomas a few weeks ago, and he and I talked about the transition from adulthood to what he calls elderhood. And I think this is a really interesting distinction, that when you're adults, you've got to behave yourself and you've got to follow the rules in the careers, in the relationships. But then when you move into elderhood, the focus is on being a bit wiser and just doing what you want. Now, I'm not saying that retirement's the time when you let everything else go, but it's, I think, that time where you're cutting back on full-time work, doing the things that you love, and hopefully being with the people that you love. So, a year or two from retirement, it starts, you start fantasizing about what is life going to be like when I'm in this, quote, retirement, or this stage of elderhood. And one of our bloggers, Jenny McReynolds, wrote an article on 5 ways to discover your path in this transition time. And I think they're really, really good. And, at the end of the day, you may know what you want. You may want to travel more, spend more time with your family, spend time with your grandkids. You may want to spend more time alone or pursuing interests, your spiritual interests, or perhaps start a business. You may know this, but here's some just ways to discover what that lifestyle might look like for you. So I think these are really good, and I found them useful myself when I was reading. So thanks, Jenny, for putting these out there. So the first thing is to take a step back in time. Think about yourself as a child. Now, I know I've suggested this option before, and I do honestly think it's powerful. Think about the shows you watched on TV, the music that you listened to, what you wore. It's really funny. I've got these old pictures of myself in a bathing suit, and it's like I just look at them and think, oh, I had a waist one day, a long time ago. I had a waist, and I had legs, and just be grateful that you had that time in your life when you were vibrant and young and full of energy, full of dreams, and now you've had the chance, and you've bumped along, you've made mistakes, but here you are, and you had those times when you had so much of abundance. So find some music from that time, and just go back and try to remember the things that made you smile. Try to think of the things that where you made a decision, because a career decision perhaps, or an education decision, and why you did that. What was the thing that you loved about that? And see if that's something you want to pick up again now. You start off with all these, I want to be when I grow up. And then, funnily enough, things happen. But anyway, that's the first thing. Go back. Remember the activities that excited you. And just remember the exercises you did, the workouts, the sports, anything that you did that really, really made you feel alive and vibrant. Second thing is to get out of your comfort zone. If all these things that you are thinking about are leading you to one thing, which is fear, I couldn't do that again, I'm not strong enough, I'm not, rich enough, I'm not, smart enough, all those things we say, then get out of your comfort zone. I remember when I was younger, one of my first trips was to India when I was in my 20s, and I went with very little money and a backpack, and, had the time of my life. And it was because I had this curiosity about the religions in India, the religious experience, and also because I had this passion for Indian textiles. I loved fabric. And then, just last year, I went to Bali. And that was a big step for me too. And these are journeys that you go because there's something in them that resonates with you. You know, it just does something special. So rely on your strengths that you know you've got, the things that you've done over the years that have given you strength. Depend on that, lean on it, and know that you've done it before. You can do it again, no problem. Now, the other thing that Ginny suggests is to develop some kind of a daily practice. And this could be meditation, it could be walking, yoga, whatever you do every day that kind of gives you that mindfulness, that focus, which helps you to sort out your priorities as you start a day. You know, rather than doing this, I'm going to do this. And just have that moment with yourself every day where you ground yourself. Another thing that she suggests is taking a picture every day. And this was really, somebody did this once and put it on, I think it was YouTube, but it was so fun to see. Just one picture. And it doesn't have to be of you. It would be maybe you're out somewhere and you see something and then just take a picture and just, join them together and then tell a story. I think that's a really cool, but do one thing every day that repeats itself. I think that's cool. Another thing she suggests is to listen to your own voice. All your life, 40, 50 years, you've been listening to other people tell you what to do or how to do it, making suggestions. And now, of course, you are who you are because of those choices, those people that you listen to and incorporated into your life. But now's the time to just let it go. You don't have to listen to anyone anymore. Don't have to. You can, of course, and friends can be wonderful, people to bounce ideas, and your partner if you're with someone, and your family. Very, very important to have those people that trust you, that you trust, that you can talk to, and know that there's no judgment. So that's still great. But the other thing is to listen to yourself. Remember, your children are doing their own thing. Your friends are off dealing with their own issues. You can't depend on them all the time. You've got to depend on yourself. So that's my piece of advice for just in terms of listening to your own voice. Trust yourself. You know what you want. Just do it. And do it at your own pace. You don't have to rush. You don't have to, finish everything tomorrow. Just do things at your own pace, at your own style, in your own style. And do them on your own terms. I think that's the important piece here. And then finally, I think the point that Ginny mentions here, which is very, very important, is don't beat yourself up if you make mistakes. I know there's people out here listening to me right now who have, done everything we said. They've listened to their voice, they've taken their own path, they've made decisions on their own, and they blew it. It didn't work. Maybe you moved to another country and it was completely the wrong decision. Maybe you had a relationship that just destroyed you, and you thought it was coming from a place of strength. So what? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you see it as a learning experience. And I think this is important to know that mistakes are just natural. They are part of the process. Just like when you were younger, you didn't beat yourself up that much when you were younger. It was like, I'll try something else. That didn't work. But now when you're older, you feel like you should know everything and be so smart and so together. You're not, because you're human. And so just let it go and don't worry about the mistakes. Just say, that was crazy. I didn't make the right choice there. And do it different next time. And give yourself time to heal from mistakes. Don't rush through them, even when you're older. You've got plenty of time. I know there's this tendency when we get into our 60s to feel like time is short. But if you're taking care of yourself, honestly, you've got many, many years ahead of you. 20, 30 years, you can do this. You don't have to feel under pressure, to do things today. Just take your time, do the things you want. And I think that's really important, just to say to yourself, look, I've worked for this, I've worked hard for this, I've been through lots of ups and downs, and now this is my time. This is my time, and I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to celebrate it. So I hope that that's been a little bit of a motivation for you. I face it myself, so you're not alone here. And I just hope that you can get into your head the things that you want to do, and then have the courage and the strength and the optimism to achieve them. So I wish you well on your journey. I know this is a challenging time in our history, politics, the world, your family perhaps, your life, your health, your money. None of this is easy, but this is your time, and let's make the best of it and enjoy this beautiful life that we've been given. Take very good care, everybody. I hope that you do well. And my question really is, how are you reinventing yourself in this transition to retirement? How are you reinventing yourself in this transition to retirement? Leave your comments in the section below. I would love to read them and to join the conversation. And I just wish you all the best. Have a fabulous day, and I'll see you all back here again really soon. Bye-bye for now.